one model I often use in therapy is internal family systems. I like to encourage people to think about if in your head there was a campfire you could sit around or a conference table, and there were different versions of you. You may notice a version of you that's the part of me that comes out at work, or that's the part that often takes care of me by keeping pain at bay or managing my day to day, or a part that looks after what do I do when pain gets too much or out of control. But these parts of ourselves, whatever they may be, they serve different functions and they have different roles. And just like a family system, right? If I have a family system come to my office, sometimes one member of the family is not as welcome as the others. Maybe it's seen as the problem, maybe it's caused trouble in some ways. And as therapists, what we often do is help the family change some of their structure and their story around the different members in their family of what it could look like, how it could be different. Internally, there's a whole system that goes on. So when I faced unbearable pain in life, and a part of me had to come out and do dysfunctional things to survive that, we're usually thankful for that part. But then as soon as that part kind of has lost some of its usefulness, it gets pushed out. It brings us shame. It's not welcome at the table. Well, it makes healing very difficult. So people wonder, why do I keep doing these things? One way of looking at it is, have I tried approaching the parts of me that I struggle with without the agenda of they have to look a certain way? Have I started with curiosity of, I wonder what the story for this part is, what its needs are, what it's afraid of, how it thinks it's trying to help me? And when I do that, it allows this part to share with me what things look like from its perspective. And I find for people, when we slow down, when we actually have curiosity about a part, the majority of the time we're able to start to feel compassion towards it. There may be some things that, yes, we still would hope could change or grow, but we often find that that's how the part feels too. They just didn't know life could be safe or could be good if they didn't do this job. So my inner critic that picks on me so terribly, maybe it does so because it's afraid of the pain of what would happen if it didn't keep me hypervigilant, if it didn't keep me to a level of perfection where somebody else might be disappointed in me or criticize me. That pain for this part is more frightening than anything I could throw at it. And so it punishes me, it hurts me, not because it wants to, but because of what it's afraid of. So if I can approach it and get to know that story, I can begin to ask it if it can maybe find ways with me to be unburdened. And as it feels unburdened, it may still want excellence, but maybe it's doing that through self-compassion instead of performance-based acceptance. Maybe it has options now as I've gotten to know it. But I have to get into a place where I can be curious and compassionate with this part, that I can set down my agenda for a moment to actually be with it. Otherwise, it's going to respond often how a teenager would and say, you don't actually care about me. You just want me to change or be like this. So I love using IFS. I think it's a great way to capture the complexities of our internal world.